Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something different, something that will make your skin crawl, your toes curl, and maybe even your stomach flip, because we're diving into the world of pain, real pain. The kind of pain your brain still remembers decades later. The kind of pain that people describe with metaphors so dramatic you think they were auditioning for a Shakespeare play. But no, they're being serious. And as much as we joke about this hurts or that hurts, there are experiences out there that go way beyond the everyday stubbed toe or paper cut. These are the kinds of experiences that humble even the toughest humans alive. Now, before we begin, let's be honest. Nobody wants to feel pain. And yet pain is one of the most important things that keeps us alive. Without it, we wouldn't know when something is wrong. Pain is the warning signal, the alarm system, the "hey buddy, stop doing that right now" message from your body. But pain also has a dark side. It can overwhelm you, break you, and even make you feel like you're about to pass out. And the stories we're covering today, they live on that dark side. Our journey into the world of agony begins with something half the population is intimately familiar with: childbirth. And every mom out there is probably nodding right now because, yes, it is just as painful as the legends say. While movies show it as dramatic screaming and sweaty faces, the real experience is far more intense. Women describe childbirth as waves of pressure crushing their lower abdomen, a twisting tug-of-war happening deep inside their bodies, and a fiery sensation that feels impossible to push through. Some describe it as trying to shove a watermelon through a drinking straw, and others say it's like your entire body being pinned, pulled, and set on fire. Biology, evolution, and tiny bone structures combine to make human childbirth uniquely difficult compared to other mammals. And the wild part is, this can last not minutes, not hours, but half a day or more. The average labor time is around 14 hours, but many women push far longer. Pain is part of the journey, but so is survival and strength. Now let's shift from the miracle of life to a much less miraculous creature, the bullet ant. If you've never heard of it, you might think, really, an ant? Yes, an ant. An ant whose sting hurts so much it has been described as being shot, or walking slowly through fire. There's even a pain scale ranking insect stings, and the bullet ant sits comfortably at the very top. Indigenous tribes in parts of South America have turned surviving these stings into a coming-of-age ceremony. Boys stick their hands into gloves woven with bullet ants, and they have to hold them there, sometimes for minutes. The pain is immediate. It pulses like lightning through the arm, and it can last 12 hours or more. People describe the shaking as uncontrollable, and the burning as unimaginable. And to make matters worse, the ants can sting repeatedly. It's the kind of pain that leaves you emotionally exhausted, physically trembling, and deeply grateful to never repeat it. But if you think insect stings are bad, let's talk about something hundreds of thousands of people experience every year. Kidney stones. Think of the sharpest internal pain you can imagine. Now multiply that. Kidney stones are small but vicious mineral formations that your body decides to push through the delicate tubes of your urinary tract. It's like trying to pass broken glass through a straw, except the straw is inside your kidneys. People who've had both kidney stones and childbirth often claim the kidney stones were worse. The pain comes in waves, building and crashing like a storm. It can cause nausea, fever, chills, and in extreme cases, stones so large doctors have to surgically remove them. While most stones are tiny, the world record was a monster, over 6 inches wide. Just hearing that is enough to make anyone clench their entire torso. Moving into the world of rare medical horrors, we find a condition called Dercum's disease, also known as adiposis dolorosa. Imagine painful fatty tumors growing all over your body, tumors that ache constantly, even when you're lying still. It's a chronic, unrelenting pain that doesn't disappear with rest or medication. Every movement hurts. Touching your skin hurts. Your clothes hurt. Scientists still don't fully understand the cause, and there isn't a cure. People with this disease experience physical pain that never gives them a break. It's an exhausting, invisible struggle, often misunderstood by those who've never heard of it. As if body-wide pain weren't enough, let's talk about the singular most brutal type of headache known to medical science. The cluster headache. If you've ever had a migraine and thought it was unbearable, cluster headache sufferers would like you to take a seat and listen. People describe this pain as someone taking a hot metal skewer and repeatedly stabbing it behind the eye. Others say it feels like their skull is being ripped open from the inside. The attacks happen in clusters, maybe several times a day for weeks or months, then mysteriously stop for a while before returning with a vengeance. The pain is so intense that it is sometimes called the suicide headache. because victims have moments where the pain overwhelms their ability to think clearly. And the worst part? Doctors still don't know exactly what causes them. Tooth pain is bad enough, but a tooth abscess pushes the limits of what a person can tolerate. As bacteria burrow deep into the tooth, the infection spread through nerve-dense areas of the jaw, face, and head. The swelling can cause the gums to throb violently, the jaw to ache unbearably, and the entire side of your face to feel like it's been set on fire. Some people compare the pressure to someone jamming a screwdriver into their jaw and twisting. If untreated, an abscess can spread into the bones, or even the brain, which becomes a medical emergency. The moment pus starts leaking, you know you're in trouble. It's the kind of pain that sends people rushing to the dentist in tears, begging for relief. Switching to injuries, there's the terrifying experience of rupturing your Achilles tendon, the longest tendon in your body. Athletes dread this injury, and for good reason. Victims often describe hearing or feeling a loud pop, like someone snapping a thick rubber band, followed by sharp, immediate pain that shoots through your leg. Walking becomes impossible. The tendon, which connects your calf muscle to your heel, is crucial for movement. When it tears, it feels like a bullet wound in the back of the leg. Many people instinctively turn around, thinking someone kicked them or hit them, only to realize the damage came from inside their own body. Recovery involves months of physical therapy, and in some cases, surgery. From injuries of the leg, we move deeper inside the spine to a monstrous pain known as a post-dural puncture headache. This occurs when a needle or injury punctures the protective layer around the spinal cord, the dura mater, allowing spinal fluid to leak. The pressure drop inside the skull triggers a headache so severe it makes sound painful, light unbearable, and movement nearly impossible. People describe it as molten metal spreading across the brain. It is often accompanied by dizziness, nausea, vomiting, ringing ears, and even temporary hearing loss. The pain intensifies when the person stands and improves when lying down, trapping victims in a horizontal prison until treated. In the realm of historical torture, there is crucifixion, one of the most infamous and brutal execution methods ever devised. While people often think of the nails as the source of pain, the real agony comes from the slow suffocation. As the victim hangs, the weight of their own body pulls downward, crushing their chest and making breathing increasingly difficult. Every attempt to lift the body for air sends waves of pain through torn muscles and joints. The process could last hours, days, or longer. The word excruciating literally comes from the Latin phrase meaning out of the cross, a reminder of the suffering involved. And finally, in the darkest chambers of human history, there is a method of punishment known as Ling Chi, death by 1,000 cuts. This medieval torture method involves slowly slicing away pieces of the victim's body, deliberately avoiding vital organs to keep them alive as long as possible. The purpose was both punishment and humiliation. Crowds gathered to watch. The victim endured agony for hours, sometimes longer. The pain wasn't just physical. It was psychological, emotional, and spiritual. Despite its ancient origins, this form of execution remained legal in China until 1905, making it disturbingly close in history. All of these experiences, some natural, some accidental, some medical, and some created by humans, show a disturbing truth. Pain takes many forms. It can be quick and sharp, long and grinding, physical or psychological, natural or inflicted. But in every case, pain reminds us that the human body and mind are incredibly resilient. People endure these horrors and somehow find ways to recover, grow, or at least continue living. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world's most painful experiences, make sure to subscribe. We explore more unbelievable stories, bizarre human experiences, and shocking realities every week. Thanks for watching, and hopefully none of these pains are in your near future.